Just getting packed up. I slept so well last night in the air conditioning. Oh my gosh. And I let myself sleep in till 5. But that for me is sleeping in. And not only did I sleep in, but I took an hour for yoga. I took a leisurely breakfast, and now I'm pretty much packed up and getting ready to go back to the trail. This has been wonderful, and I just wanted to say, thanks to my trail angel again. Such a surprise, such a needed break. Yeah, I was in a bad spot yesterday, and I feel like a new person today. So just amazing. Today I had 15 miles. I'm headed to a shelter that has a solar shower, and should not be quite as rocky as far as I know. There is a huge climb out of Port Clinton, and so I'm going to attack that first thing before it gets really hot. It's still going to be hot today, but not quite as hot as yesterday, and it's going to be a good day. I should also mention a little bit about this day. The hotel is interesting. It's definitely a historical building. It's got lots of, the doors are kind of beat up and they don't stick, and the locks are weird, and it's just old, but it was fabulous. And the food downstairs in the restaurant was delicious, huge portions. I had a giant salad. You saw my wrap last night. Everything was really good. So I would definitely recommend it as a through hiker going through. You're not gonna have everything. The showers are in the bathroom is shared, and the laundry is outside around the building, which is not the most convenient, but yeah, it definitely is worth it. There's not a lot in this area unless you want a shuttle to Hamburg, and so to get outside or get inside out of the heat it's a nice option. I see a blaze ahead, back into the woods. The sun is already intense, but there is a breeze. A breeze feels good. This morning starts with a huge climb. Not looking forward to that, but once I get to the top, it's mostly flat, I think. So that will be nice. Some little tweaks in my ankles and knees this morning. It's interesting how every day something is talking to me, and it's usually different, which I think from what I've heard is a good thing. But after I start walking and moving around, it seems to get better. I don't see any rain clouds in the sky, but look at all the leaves. They're turned upwards. That, to me, signifies rain coming. We'll see. I know it was supposed to thunderstorm last night, but I was out. I did not hear anything, and I went to sleep at 8. The ground doesn't look wet. Oh, almost missed my turn. So I'm wondering if it actually rained. I'm learning to trust the trail. I have to admit, yesterday when I went down to that hiker feed at 5:30 in the morning, walked the 3/10 of a mile to get there, and then turned around and walked back because they weren't set up yet. I had a little FOMO, if I had started later, the people that I was camping with, they were getting a later start. They got to partake in this, and I didn't, and and yet I know that the things that I need come to me, and it certainly did. Because I missed that, because I started early, I got to spend an afternoon with a new friend, somebody I might even hike with when I'm done with the trail. And that was exactly what I needed. Exactly. Didn't need a hiker feed. I needed a friend. And so those repeat experiences of getting what I truly need and then reflecting on that is helpful when I have times of indecision or disappointment or FOMO or whatever it is. I just remember these moments like yesterday, the long lunch with a like-minded person that was fabulous. And yeah, I got exactly what I needed. Just reached the top. And I'm really grateful for this breeze. It's fabulous. And it's still not too hot. The trees are squeaking. That makes me nervous. My biggest fear is to be smashed by a tree out here. I wanted to mention a video. I hope you can hear me with the wind, but I know there was a video that I uploaded that it came over in slow motion, and I didn't intend that. As you know, I don't watch the videos. I just post them. And so I don't know if I did it in slow motion or if it was an upload error or whatever, but I guess it's in slow motion. Somebody else commented, and so I didn't comment below, but yeah, I think that's what it was. I thought I was done climbing, but it's still going up. Rocks. And more rocks. And more rocks. I've done this section before in lots of Pennsylvania, and I didn't remember all the rocks. I guess people are right. It's Rocksylvania. I just thought when I was in Virginia that it was rocky. And I guess maybe because that's what I was experiencing at the time, it felt rocky. But this is rockier, and it's hard. It uses different muscles in my feet, my legs, and I just get exhausted, and I'm constantly tripping. So many rocks. The miles are going slowly today. I think I'm just fatigued in general from the heat, from the constant hiking. And I'm hungry. Keep thinking about that leftover BLT wrap in my pack, but it's only 9:30. So I'm gonna try to make another couple of miles and then sit down and eat. And in the meantime, I'm thinking about the things I'm grateful for. Like right now, I'm grateful that only my face and my back are sweating, because these last few days, even my eyelids were sweating. I was sweating everywhere, ankles, eyelids, elbows, all of it. And today with the breeze and it being a little bit cooler, I feel better. Let's climb. I didn't make it quite far as planned. It's 10 a.m. and I'm hungry. It's time for second breakfast. Is it okay that it's BLT? Hike your own hike, right? I'm glad I had my snack when I did second breakfast. It allowed me to, well, it was all downhill from there. So it allowed me to digest and keep moving, which was helpful, especially because I think there was a pound of bacon on that sandwich. It's getting warm. The breeze has cooled down, or not cooled down, but slowed down a bit. I hope it's just because I'm in a valley. I know I'll be climbing again, and so I hope it picks up. This sun is hot. was going to stop here, but I have water left, and there's some springs up ahead. So I'm tempted to just keep going. The wind is back. I decided to make myself stop and get some water. The truth is, I have not been hydrating like I could because I have been avoiding heavy water carries. And so I've been hydrating mostly at the end of the day. And I don't think that's a good idea. So even though it took time to stop, I think that time was well spent because I got to take my pack off. I'm not in a hurry today. I'm only doing 16 miles. And now I can sip water instead of try to camel up, which I just think is a better philosophy, if that's the right word, for that. Plus, I don't have much food in my bear can. I am resupplying tomorrow with a package from home, and with the Trail Magic and Trail Angels, I'm actually carrying a lot of extra food. So I was struggling yesterday to figure out what to do with it. I could throw it away. Most likely, people are not going to take it out of a hiker box because it's homemade. There's no label on it that doesn't say what it is or what to do with it. So I decided to carry it. I decided to carry it to this next hostel because at this hostel I can probably write up some labels and instructions and then put it in the hiker box, and then it may go to good use. It's added weight, so I was definitely thinking throwing it away would be the more convenient for me option, but I'm trying to not waste, and throwing it away seems wasteful. So when I get there, I will resort my items, see what I need and what I don't need, and then contribute to the hiker box. It's been a slow, steady climb up to Pulpit Rock. I hike a little ways, find some shade, recover, and keep going. Come to Pulpit Rock. Better ways down. Rocks, but these are the bigger rocks, and I actually don't mind these. They're kind of fun to play on, hopping from one rock to another. They don't hurt your feet so much because you can land solid. I'm coming up to the pinnacle. It's the second viewpoint of the day. Actually, I think it's the last viewpoint as well. And I have one more tomorrow in this section. I see a big pile of rocks. Some people say that somebody up above is throwing rocks on Pennsylvania. just like big piles of rocks on the AT. Maybe. Quite windy this afternoon. So I went up to the pinnacle, that big rock pile, and then the view. I just got hit with a branch. It was a little one though. So on top of Pinnacle, I met up with a friend, a fellow hiker that I met a couple years ago on a hike with another friend. And it's neat because we talked about the idea of meeting up when I was doing my thru-hike, and we made it happen. And it was not easy. It took some juggling, but we were able to meet up, and he's actually going back to town to pick up dinner and meeting me again at the shelter I'm staying at tonight. So that's super cool to see something like that set in motion a couple of years ago, and then to have it pan out. I'm really glad. On another note, I'm seriously considering jumping up trail again. I did the math, and even if I did 15-mile days consistently, I would need 66 days to finish, approximately. And that is so tight. And I have, I know I won't be doing those miles in New Hampshire. Sorry, I'm climbing and this is hard. Not only that, but I've mentioned wanting to have that connection on trail, and how I was struggling at the beginning to find those connections. And what I realized today is I'm getting them all over the place. They're just not on trail. So when I go into hostels, or when I stay with trail angels, or when my friends or family meet me on trail, those are the connections that I'm getting, and I don't want to miss out on that. And I have friends in New Hampshire I want to see. I have friends in Connecticut I want to see. I have friends in New York. So I think what I want to do is give myself the opportunity to slow down for those meetups with those friends. In fact, I'm meeting new friends. I met someone new today, and that was trail magic. I'll tell you about that in a second. But so I'm thinking, and I just got an offer today to get a ride. Thinking of skipping, let's see, maybe even New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut, and jumping up to Vermont. I got to take a look at the map and some more details tonight or tomorrow, but it's a serious consideration right now. That would give me extra time to make these connections that I am just enjoying so much. They are bringing me so much pleasure and joy, and I want to provide for those opportunities. Real quick, this trail magic story, and hopefully you can hear me through the wind. I was saying that this morning I was appreciating the way the trail was providing. Even if I was having that FOMO, fear of missing out, the trail provided exactly what I needed. And I've been a little concerned these last couple of days because there's a section of trail, it's like 15 miles with no good water sources, or like half mile off trail. And so I've been putting it out there, like I'd like to find somebody to help me with either dropping water or something. And it just so happened someone was coming southbound, a local that was doing a day hike, and we started a conversation, and it was a great conversation, really friendly, and she offered to help. She offered to help just during that section. That's where she is, that's where she lives, and the trail does provide. So trail magic, so much. Of course, if I skip up, I will come back and finish. I would come back after my event in September and finish up the last of the trail before the end of the year. It would be fall, so that section would be beautiful in the fall and allow me to take my time and meet up with more of my friends. I'm almost to the shelter. This is where I plan to spend the night, but we'll see. Maybe after a delicious meal and some rest, I will hike a little bit more. I'd love to be closer to the hostel tomorrow when I start out in the morning. So we'll see how I feel. I'm about to eat a ton of French fries and a burger. I'm so excited. I'm all set up, done for the day. Delicious dinner, thank you. And looking forward to this week. Met a new friend. Yeah, life is good.